Shine Extreme YouTube channel. In today's presentation I'm going to be talking about comfort zone once again. I like being in the comfort zone when it comes to backpacking. So what this is part of my sleep system. This is the sleeping pad or sleeping mat that I use for backpacking. Some people might think that I'm crazy for bringing this because it represents 3 pounds and few ounces up in your backpack, but I have to make my backpack so light that I can afford those 3 pounds. Actually, these are the only 3 pounds that I very proudly carry always when I go backpacking, and I mean always, and I'm not willing to leave it ever because I'm not willing to sacrifice comfort that I expect when I go to sleep anywhere. This is as comfortable as sleeping in my own bed at home. Like nothing fancy says, home away from home. Let me explain what this is. This was a sheet of foam, the same kind they sell out there to fix cushion couches and stuff. It measures, it's 3 inches thick. As you can tell, it's very thick, and it was 4 feet wide by 7 feet tall. I tailor cut it to the measurements of a sleeping pad that I got at Walmart. I guess the standard is 27 inches by, I don't know, several feet, like 6 feet and a half or 7 feet, something like that. So I cut it to measure exactly that, and later on I kept trimming it to cut some of the weight out of it. So it was a lot more than 3 pounds. And let me show you here. This is the bottom part, and I'm going to show you the other side, which is the upper part after I show you this. But you see here, this cuts here, this notch, is the neck area, because that area was not going to be used at all. It doesn't matter how much I move, my neck was always going to be remain in the middle. And the head, it is the head area. My head was never going to be neither that wide or move it that far, but I'm going to explain why I kept it like that later. Then as I keep going down, this cavity that I cut out here, I cut it because this is the space that you have between your ribs cage and your hips. Same thing. No matter how much I move, my belly area was going to remain in the middle. And here, this other cut that I made here was going to be in my between my feet and my knees area. Same thing again, same reason. I was never going to have my feet or any part of my body or my bottom body to be in these areas here. So my feet are very comfortable in this area. My legs are there straight. Sometimes I move a little, I do the figure 4, but my knees go up here, and I'm always in the mat. And then I started trimming the edges here to fit in my sleeping bag. I'm going to talk about my sleeping bag later. Now the other side, this is the other side. And let me start by talking about the head area. Remember I told you that I was going to talk about that. This area here, see, my head was going to be in the middle always, so I trimmed half of it and left just enough room for my head area, and the rest remained there, but just half of it. Why I kept that? Because when I was going to roll it and put it in my compression sack, I needed to roll that much area in order to keep it straight. Call it silly, call it not needed, but that was my decision. Now what I have here is that same reflective material that you buy at $1 store. It's made out of foam, and it has this reflective material just like an emergency blanket that offer you nothing but heat reflection back up to your body. The reason why I did that, it stays there. I glued it in this edge here, and then I sewed it with fishing line, and then I did the same thing in the other side, and it stays there. Now, in order to have this slipping nicely in the sleeve that is provided by my Big Agnes sleeping bag, I used this. Was advertised as one of those you know, the sacks that you use to put in the inner liner in the sleeping bags, but it's made out of non-woven nylon, so it's deteriorating a little bit. See, the fibers are coming out. It's not the best one, but it was about the lightest one that I found, and in order to keep it, you know, in the lightweight side. Now, I use this, I put it inside there. If you're familiar with the Big Agnes sleeping bags, you know, the Big Agnes sleeping bags characterized because they have all the field insulation and on top of it, and it has no insulation whatsoever in the bottom, because they made out intended to put in that sleeve that they have there one of the inflatables mat. I did not buy the inflatable mat because what I told you, it's too pricey, it's not worth it to me. Different people would have different opinion, but you know, I'm legally blind and I have all the chances to puncture it and ruin it, and it goes $200 or $300 that I don't consider that is worth it as far as, you know, getting punctured concerned. Now, this doesn't matter how many times it will get punctured, it will never go flat. And this is my presentation for today. I roll it in the same fashion that you roll anything. I keep pressing and pressing and pressing, and when I finish rolling it, I put it inside of a compression sack that I attach in the outer part of my backpack. My backpack nowadays, including this and food and everything, but extra clothes or water, because I never bring extra clothes and I never carry water with me. I get water at the water sources close by where I'm going to be camping out. It weighs between 22 pounds and 28 pounds depending on what I bring. Sometimes I bring this stove that is heavier, sometimes I bring the other that is lighter, sometimes I bring raw food which is heavier, sometimes I bring only MREs which is lighter. And it depends on all that. It fluctuates between 22 pounds and 25 pounds. The top's 28 pounds. Well, this is my presentation. I hope you like it. I don't think you're going to take it into consideration. But I'll tell you what, my wife thought I was crazy by doing this and bringing this to my biking experiences, trips, and after she tried it, she asked me to make one for her. And that's another project, the second project I'm going to do. Just like this one for her, it's going to be weighing the same thing, but my wife's backpack always fluctuates between 10 pounds and 15 pounds. No, between 10 pounds and 12 pounds. So with this, it's going to go up to maybe perhaps 15 pounds. It's not going to be a big deal. So it's my backpack and her backpack are going to still consider very really light. Thanks for the chance. Thanks for watching. I'll help you if you liked it. Give me your opinions, and like I always say, catch you later.